Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
We are... Jesus fucking Christ, Joe.
So,
ASMR. Baseball is dead. ASMR. Is that what it's called?
It's the playoffs, baby.
Yes. Yeah.
Come on.
He's sipping on that playoff juice.
That's fucking Java Joe. That's who that is.
Yeah.
So fucking the dads got their Java Joe. We got our Java Joe. Let's
go. We're halfway through the division series, kind of.
Hey-o.
Yeah.
Ish. Little day off here or there.
Yeah. I mean, there's some series that have only played one game. And the Yankees have played one baseball game in like the last 10 days. That's just ridiculous.
Yay, scheduling.
And it might be worse. I saw some people saying that the game might get rained out tonight.
Oh, geez.
That's not. Stop it.
That's on the table.
It's raining here in D.C.
Pull that energy back out of the universe.
I'm not trying to put that out into the universe. I'm just saying it's on the table. Tonight, if you're listening to this, what is it? What's today? Today's Thursday.
Today is Thursday.
Are you out on Seattle, Dallas? Is that an official no from you?
It's looking like an official no because it's looking like Saturday is a jiu-jitsu belt ceremony.
Ah,
so
black belt.
I can't just skip out on shit like that.
Jesus, that's fine. That's fine. Me and Jake will just go to Seattle. We'll just have a grand old time.
I trust me. I would really like to be there.
You were about to say, trust me, I would much rather be there than with my kids.
No, that's why I said I'd really like to be there because I would much rather.
But what you wanted to say is, trust me, I would much rather be at the first playoff game in Seattle in 21 years than at some stupid ceremony for my kids that are fake fighting. Like they don't even really fight.
Well, it's if I'm being honest, they're taking up, like we talked about last time, a lot of space, little to no contributions in return on their end. I had a hell of a morning this morning. Kid woke up with an entire fucking box of markers on her face. That was fun. So yeah, there's got to be a little more. Like I said earlier, though,
hey, it starts at the top. That's management. Like you want to blame the employees. That starts at the top.
No. Well, then you know what? I have to. Then I say thank you because that's initiative that's being taken. Because for a 3-year-old to be up in the morning, fully dressed, and essentially having got herself extra ready for school, so she thought, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. I feel like my wife's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, she was just trying to attack the day. Is all.
That's it. And it's 1-0 her. I'll tell you that.
Tonight, Shane Bieber versus Nasty Nestor Cortez. That is the 7:37 game. And then you have Luis Castillo versus Framber Valdez. That's 3:37. So by the time this is out, that game will probably already started. Maybe even done. But the division series has begun. I'm looking at the predictions that we made. I don't know that we're doing stellar right now. I saw some people calling out Dallas being like, what a huge pussy to not pick the Padres. I'm going to give you, it's 1-1 going to San Diego, Dallas. I'm going to give you the opportunity right now to walk back your Dodgers pick. I will let you switch to the Padres if you so choose. And I will not make any reference to you originally picking the Dodgers. I will treat it as though you picked the Padres before the series started. You have one opportunity entering game 3 at 1-1 to switch to the Padres. There will be no mention of that switch ever again. Do you want to take it?
Can't do it. I can't do it.
Why?
I can't do it.
You have no balls.
I can't do it.
That is the best deal I've ever offered you.
I can't do that. I can't do. I want to. I really.
They're going back to San Diego. They stole a game. They outright won a game in LA. Now they're going back to San Diego for 2. And you're telling me big game Blake is going in game 3 against Tony Gonsolin, who's been hurt. This might be 2-1 Padres before we're looking at a game 4 scenario.
Dallas, did you see the goose? Saw the goose.
Yeah, dude.
Saw the goose.
You're telling me that doesn't get you excited for the Padres?
No, I guess that's probably on me failing to see the correlation there. But But look, the Dodgers are just.
You don't see the correlation?
I thought you played the bigs, man. What happened?
What
feel like
happened to you, dude? You changed. You switched up.
I just don't see. I think the Dodgers are just too strong. I'm sorry.
They're not. They just fucking lost, dude. I might switch to the Padres.
Are you going to take your own deal? Jared, I'll give you this deal. Right here, right now. 1-1. It's basically like the series is 0-0. It's basically like we're starting from
scratch. It's a wild card
scratch.
series. Yeah.
You've got the opportunity as we sit right here today to be on what you believe to be the right side of history.
Yep.
If you so choose. And again, no mention of this going back. None. I'll let that shit slide. I won't even think twice about bringing that up ever again. And you know me, Jared. I'll never bring it up again. So this will be your opportunity, as I said, to get on the right side with the dads. If you so choose. If you got the fucking balls to do it. Otherwise, just fucking pipe down. Otherwise, just get in line.
Yeah.
What do you got?
You know what? I think I might take the deal.
Let's go. I think I might take the deal.
I think I might take the deal. I think I might go dads in 5 at this point.
Wow. So
at 1-1.
Dads in 5? You got him going back to LA for Ood, and that's it. Just see you later.
Yeah. I mean, I think it goes the distance. Yeah. I mean, you before the series, you considered
I talked you into it, didn't I? I talked you into wanting to make that move. You just didn't have the balls to do it from the onset. Now you're putting it on me.
You want to know what
I
the
gave
factor
you the
is?
opening, and look at you. You fucking weaseled right through it.
I wanted to see Hader. What does that guy look like?
Now he's back.
Yeah,
Hader's back. Feel like he's back.
Yeah, that makes a difference. And he did it in
Will
LA.
Smith was not far off that fucking 97 up and in. All right, he fouled that shit off. He was not far off. Not far off.
No barrel. No damage, no barrel. So, Machado, they're getting to be able to cheat a little bit and see some approach. Like they're coming at Machado. It's not working out. Like I feel like that's a guy that you picture. I said that before the series started. I said, I feel like the factor here is the Dodgers are going to pitch around Machado, which is going to piss off Soto and elevate his game. And then Soto is going to be the guy to kill him. But they're just coming at Machado, and Machado's hurting him bad.
I was just going to say, it's almost like Juan Soto is going to be a postseason acquisition.
Yeah.
Like if he starts, you know what I mean?
He's doing everything that he can. He's walking, he's bunting, he's just getting on base.
Never lost a playoff series in his entire life.
Juan Soto?
In the big league level, no.
Damn. He's doing what he needs to do. Like if Juan Soto is going to have that conversation with himself and be like, listen, I am not shooting the gaps, I'm not crushing homers, but I can still get on base and be a plus here for the Padres, then yeah, sure, I'll do that. Like I'll drop down a bunt. If that's going to get me on base, if that's going to move a runner, then sure, let's do it.
We've seen a lot of that. A lot of bunting. Everywhere.
I mean, this is why I love the postseason, is because it puts baseball in perspective. Like the game of baseball, the approach to the game of baseball, it puts it in perspective and it reveals itself. It reveals all the things that the quote unquote old heads are talking about when it comes to being fundamentally sound, putting pressure on the defense, making sure you know what to do with the baseball, all of those simple things that get overlooked when it's June and you're just trying to smash baseballs offensively. Like that's your approach then, because you're like, yeah, fuck it, we'll get him tomorrow. Well, like that mantra is gone in October. There is no tomorrow, and you play each and every fucking day like there is no tomorrow. We got to win now. And if that's Juan Soto squaring around a bunt, taking advantage of a hole on the left side and forcing you to do something about that, then that's the victory he needs to take today. That's the at-bat that he needs to win and how he needs to win it. So he's going to do it. I love the postseason for that reason, is because you see what is now, I think, looked at as unselfish at bats, but those are team at bats, meaning I know what I need to do and I know what I'm not getting the opportunity to do. So if I've got another option, well, then this is the option I'll take. And I love to see guys do that. And I love to watch fans sort of, I don't want to say have a jaw-dropping moment, but have like that aha, like, oh, wow, like it's great. Like this, the type of game. That's why I was so excited about the Guardians-Yankees series, is because you have the firepower from the Yankees and you have the don't swing and miss, the pressure, sort of approach from the guards. How was that going to play out? So I love that this time of year puts baseball on display in that regard.
Joey, it's only fair since it was offered to Dallas. It was then offered to me. Do you want to take the Padres? 1-1 going back to San Diego.
I think I'm going to stick. Didn't I say Dodgers in 5? Jay, can you check? Because I think this is playing out exactly how I predicted.
Yeah, 1-1, punch back. It's punch, counter punch.
But I'm telling you, that's not the fucking Padres got Musgrove, they got Darvish again, and they got Blake Snell. Like, they're where they want to be. They're going home with a 1-1 series. Like, they're clicking.
This is the best place to be for the Padres. The best place to be. Because not only are you going home, you're going home after having just locked down that W in LA. And like you said, Joe, you're coming back around. You've got some guys that you like taking the ball for you. So, yeah, it's a great place to be for the Padres. I do just look at the Dodgers as that sort of just slow and steady, keep it going type of machine. Like, there's no reason that the team that has been accused of playing quote unquote boring baseball because they're so good just stops doing that now.
Yeah, but, I mean, the Dodgers are also probably pretty happy where they are. Not happy, but like, it's not like they're panicking because they're fucking tied.
No, yeah, they're not. It's not panic mode by any. But like, if there's a momentum meter here, it's I mean, for lack of, I'm not trying to get into super detail. I say 60-40 Padres headed home. You just split on the road against the big dog.
So you're saying the Padres have a better chance to win, but you won't pick them?
No, I'm saying in terms of where you're at on how good you feel about where you're at.
Oh, yeah.
Like if there was a meter saying, hey, Dodgers, how good do you guys feel right now? Well, if it's, 50-50, I don't know that it's 50-50. Maybe it's 55-45. Maybe it's 60-40.
I don't know if you guys dude, the Padres might have that fucking spark in them, that fucking magic. Did you see Robert Suarez, the pitcher, the reliever?
Yeah.
Who came in? Guy was like 10 years like playing in Japan and Korea and never even had a major league or even a minor league contract, I think.
No, his first
year.
Big league contract, 31 years old. Like the dude's a fucking carpenter and shit in Venezuela, like just trying to put shit together, signed to the Mexican league. His friend actually told him, was like, hey, you should actually try out over here. They're paying a little better. Like the money's a little better over here. Oh, really? Well, fuck it.
He never even heard of the major leagues before. He would have been dominating, but he didn't know it was real. He thought it was like fake or something. He was playing semi-pro ball in Venezuela.
Yeah. Not
even the bigs in Venezuela.
Now he's like, oh, you guys, they pay pretty good money for this, huh? Fuck yeah, I can do this. Absolutely. What's up? No, you carry that fucking 2x4, pal. I'm getting outs. Fucking beat it.
There was no pressure on him, bro. He had a 2-3 whip last night. Just like loaded him up. Got out of it 2 innings in a row. Just balls of steel, man. And that's type of shit. That's how the Braves won it last year. Just a bunch of guys who aren't like known for being like the best guys, be like the best guys for a month.
Well, I mean, this is the stage where stars are born. This is where you put yourself on the map because of the value attached to these games and the performances in these games. So this is where you start to build that reputation. Oh, he can come through in the clutch. He does well under pressure, right? No at bat is too big for him. No situation's too big for him. If he's on the mound, he does a great job of slowing things down. Runners on second and third, nobody out. He gets the punch out. He gets the pop up. He gets out of it. Like when you start to do those things in these moments, that's where you put yourself on people's radar. And they're like, oh, you know what? Pay attention to this dude. Why he had a breakout postseason, and that's going to carry over into next year. That's where these fucking stars are born. But I think, again, Joey, that is a little, small little underlying storyline there for the Padres. But it's those little things that kind of get magnified in the postseason. And it's little nuggets of energy like that do help propel a team.
What do you think Fernando Tatís is doing right now? How do you think he's watching this?
I was going to say, I don't know if he's watching at all.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's probably tough to watch.
Not only that, it's the element of I should be there, one. And two, a lot of his teammates threw him under the bus. I don't know that he's like, all right, come on, guys, when half the fucking players on that team were like, fuck him.
Time out. Yeah, I have no problem with that, but the phrasing of that, they didn't throw him under the bus. They called him out.
Yeah, they didn't have his back, is what I mean.
Okay. All right. Because throwing, for me, just when you throw somebody under the bus, that's you've got something that you've done. Nobody else knows about this. And now here I am going to put you on blast for my own benefit or to avoid any. So, yeah, they just didn't have his back in a situation. Guys just had opinions about his behavior or his choices.
Yeah, I think what you're saying can mean that, but I also think that throwing him under the bus means fuck you, here you go. I think that they threw him to the wolves instead of shielding and guarding him, which I'm not saying that was wrong to do. I think if it were an isolated incident, obviously it's a major fuck up, a costly fuck up. And when you're the Padres and you're saying, well, we just got to hang in there until Tatís gets here, and then he's not coming at any point this year, then you're like, all right, fuck this guy. And this is not the first time that he's made a mistake that has been costly for us.
There you go. That's the whole take-home message is as teammates, Jared, when a guy does it the first time, we'll put our arms around him.
Mm-hmm.
The second time and beyond that, it's now obvious that you're making these decisions without the team in mind. So, excuse me, why the fuck would we keep you in mind?
Right. Why
simple.
would we wear arrows for you when you wouldn't do that for us?
We're moving on.
I think for me, it's that one line. It's I could have a little bit more sympathy for him if coming into spring training when he the whole motorcycle accident and the injury that caused him to miss the beginning of the season. When you get asked about it and then you say which one, it's I'm telling you on several occasions, I got into a motorcycle accident and that wasn't a come to Jesus moment where I was like, maybe I should not do this. I'm getting paid a lot of money. My teammates depend on me. The fans depend on me. The ownership depends on me. Maybe I should just not do this to protect myself. And then he just did it again and again and again. And he kept getting hurt on the motorcycle without giving a single fuck about his teammates. And then after the PED thing, you're saying once again, Joey did the breakdown on it. Check out the video on Baseball Doesn't Exist on YouTube. And it is somewhat plausible that he wasn't taking steroids to gain muscle to be able to actually perform in the field. Maybe he accidentally, unknowingly took something for whatever other reason other than healing and getting back on the field. Maybe that is plausible. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt there. Even still, how hard is it to contact the team trainer and say, can I take this?
Yeah.
It's a matter of giving a fuck about something bigger than you.
Well,
the diligence, team, your teammates, diligence. The organization, the fans, the owners that are paying you $340 million. How difficult is it to pick up the phone and say, can I take this? It's not that difficult at all. All you have to do is care and give a shit. And he proved that he does not. He does not care enough. He does not give a shit enough. And that's why he's not playing in the postseason right now.
Well, maybe he's just a epic risk taker, dude. Maybe he's an adrenaline junkie. He likes motorcycles and he saw it had costable. He's like, that's illegal, but what if I take it? What if I get away with it? Obviously, it's just a cream. It won't help me at all, but it's a risk. And he got, that heartbeat, because that's a real drug. Adrenaline's a real drug.
Fuck yeah, it is.
So
epinephrine?
epinephrine, glands, all that.
Glands.
It goes to your glands and your psychological. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a possibility.
Glands
What
on
I
glands
want to
on
know is
glands.
if they win, does he get a ring?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Hell
no,
yeah.
he didn't play a game this year. There's no universal rule, but usually the organization, like I've seen, like organizations will give out rings if you even play one. If you're on the field for a single out recorded, you'll get a ring. I don't know that just being in the organization is enough to get a ring. Like he didn't contribute. I bet you his
on
teammates
the
would
injured
vote
list.
him not getting one.
Well, they tell you that that would be a very, very interesting conversation. And that's going to be.
We talked about this on the Red Sox podcast. We think that there's a chance that they just trade him. How do you walk back into that clubhouse?
Well, I mean, I'll say this. If Marcell Ozuna has walked back into a clubhouse, Fernando Tatís Jr. can walk back into a clubhouse. There's some other folks that have done some things. Like
But the Braves, they immediately hugged. I mean, after the domestic assault charges, he walked back into that Braves clubhouse and they were like, glad to have you back, bro.
Yep.
That is
Let's
facts.
keep socking homers. Like that was it. Like there was no one that was like, dude, fuck him. Remember Zach Britton with the Roldis Chapman. He was like, we don't get to choose who our teammates are. Basically, fuck this guy.
Yeah, exactly. And like to the whole point of everything that's going on now with the Yankees, which is hilarious, is everybody's just looking at them like, what? Hold on. You're shocked by this? Like did you not take stock of the human being? Did you not have any fucking clue who you were dealing with? This is on nobody but you. Nobody but you. Like you can blame Chapman for this because yes, he's the one that has to decide whether or not he's going to get on a plane and fulfill his duties contractually. But he's also looking at it like, well, no, I'm good. Like, this is who I am. You motherfuckers knew who I was. And we're all done here. Like, you know I'm not making that roster. I know I'm not making that roster. Do you think I'm the kind of guy that's going to get on an airplane to come and help a team that ain't helping me? Like, in my mind, that isn't helping me? I'm not saying that that's the situation, but he believes that that's the situation. But no.
I mean, that is the situation, really. I mean, he didn't help himself first, but they're not helping him now either. So
what do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean they're not helping him? Buddy,
by putting him on the roster.
No. Your performance led us to this decision.
I'm not saying he deserves to be on the roster, but like based on the name and what you're paying him, like it is kind of like a fuck you because okay. Aaron Boone, it was either Aaron Boone or Brian Cashman. It might have been Cashman. I can't remember. It was one of the two. But they, during the press conference talking about this, said there were questions about whether he was all in or not all season.
That was Cashman.
Okay.
Damn.
So whether or not this was an isolated incident, they're telling you it's not. Like they're telling you, I mean, the infected tattoo where he has to like go on the injured list because of an infected tattoo.
Yeah, you got his fucking sister tattooed on his foot.
Yeah, like doing shit like that. That's questioning whether or not this player is all like who the fuck. If you're a pitcher in Major League Baseball and you not even like the infection part of it, getting a tattoo on your foot when you're a pitcher and you're on the active roster, you can say it's not going to have an effect. It's going to have an effect. Like I would imagine that if you've never gotten a tattoo before, like in the days after, like that, if it doesn't feel normal, which it's not going to, it's going to have an effect on your performance. So
yeah, I just don't want to be in a spot where we're talking about the Yankees could have done more for this. No, let's make this abundantly clear. The Yankees got in bed with Chapman and they knew who they were getting in bed with. They've now climbed out of bed with Chapman and it burns when they pee and they're wondering why. And right. I don't think that they're wondering why. I think they know why it burns when they pee. And there's nothing that they have left to do for Chapman, meaning it's not them that needs to take Chapman to the clinic and get things figured out. And it's not Chapman that needs to take the Yankees to the clinic and get things figured out. They all know why it burns when they pee. And they all just need to go their separate ways. That's essentially what this boils down to. And that's what it's going to boil down to, is Chapman will not put a Yankee uniform on ever again. He might not put another baseball uniform on ever again. Who knows? But there are people out there, much like the Yankees, who are willing to overlook a whole lot when you're blowing a hundo from the left side and have the ability to get out to the big league level. So that door will open again. Let's not get that twisted, but not in New York.
And to be honestly, like if you look at his stats over the past month, they aren't that bad. He has like a 3.18 ERA. So
yeah, but
I'm sure.
What's a strand rate though, and his IERA? Cashing motherfuckers in.
I don't know that he was brought into many situations
with guys on base.
Yeah, like because they know that there's a chance of a blow up inning with hitting guys, walking guys, whatever.
There's walks. There's a lot of walks. He's been wild. Yeah. But I'm saying like he's obviously not having a good season at all. But there's been a lot of fucking injuries in the bullpen. Who they just lose? Was it Britton or was it someone else?
Someone else too.
Yeah. So
yeah, was it like, Efros?
Efros, yeah.
Yeah.
So to leave Chapman off the roster, you got to assume even, I don't know if he would have showed up if he would have been on the roster now, or they were just saying, fuck it. But I think that relationship is pretty much over.
It is funny though, like the people that were saying like the Yankees, like now we know where the line is. Like domestic violence, we can look past that, but fucking you skip a practice before the playoffs, get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit.
Because you got to understand and it's disgusting to talk about it this way. Right. But this is how sports, this kind of shit has gone.
Just say it. This is how the Yankees work. Like Domingo Germán is still there. As long as you're throwing the ball well, we got a spot for you. You suck, get the fuck out of here.
And not only if you suck, get out of here, but if you suck and you aren't willing to help us, because essentially what Aroldis Chapman to the Yankees was at that point in time is a bait dog. All right? Is a bait dog. And it's gross and it's disgusting, but a bait dog is the smaller dog, the weaker dog that is thrown into the ring just to get the adrenaline going for that other pit bull, for that other fucking animal in there. And then that bait dog gone, and then they get it going. That's who Aroldis Chapman is to the Yankees right now. Just a bait dog looking to get thrown in the ring, to get chewed on by those Yankee hitters to prepare them for the postseason. And Chapman was like, I'm not into being your bait dog. I'm not doing that. And so, sure, ego gets into play, a lot of that. I mean, it's a gross way to think about the situation. But for me, that's the prime example. One of the better examples I can give you is Chapman was going to be nothing to them, no good to them whatsoever. He wasn't going to make the roster. He was just going to be out there to get beat up on by the lineup that is going to the postseason. But now some guys go down, some potential openings pop up, and if Chapman would have played his cards correctly, he very well may have found himself on this roster by default. Like, fuck, we got nobody else. We need somebody to run down there. And who knows, we might find landing spots where we can put you in a good spot, but that ain't happening.
I mean, God, they have 7 pitchers on the IL, and Chapman still didn't make it. That's like...
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that it was more than just the tattoo thing. It was more than just skipping the practice. Like there's other shit that probably goes on with him. I mean, to Dallas's point, you knew the character of this individual before you brought him into the organization. You knew he was a piece of shit. The Yankees traded for him as his suspension for domestic violence was pending. They knew that like the story had come out. They traded for him.
The conversations you're having with yourself, Jared. If we're a front office and you and I are sitting down, we're going to be talking about like, hey, all right, so this dude grabbed his fucking wife, his girlfriend or whatever. Like this dude started letting off rounds indoors.
Yeah. We got breaking news.
Are you sure you want to go? Breaking news. What do you got?
Breaking news tonight.
Out of Baltimore.
New York Yankees Cleveland Guardians game is postponed due to the forecast of sustained inclement weather. It will be made up tomorrow, Friday, October 14th at 1:07 p.m.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So we're going to fucking miss that, Jake.
Yeah, it'll be in the air.
We'll be in the air for that.
That's brutal.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
Well, since we're there, why don't we just start with the game 1, since there is no game 2 and won't be for a while.
Yeah. Game 1. I mean, Gerrit Cole.
Say it. Fucking say it.
Gerrit Cole pitched okay against the worst hitting team in the playoffs.
Wow.
It's true. He pitched okay.
I
mean, the Guardians are
Pretty
objectively
good.
the worst hitting team in the playoffs.
No. They're just they don't have.
They are the worst hitting team that made the playoffs. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
They don't
Okay,
have the most
Gerrit
power.
Cole. I tweeted at Hubs, and oh my god, all the fucking stupid ass Yankee fans that just didn't get what I was saying. It was a stupid headline from a stupid person. Let me see if I can find it.
Why even give that? Why even give that another run?
Well, all right. So Hubs blogged, Gerrit Cole pitched like an ace in game 1 of the ALDS, earning every dollar the Yankees are paying him.
Oh,
So I said $324 million to beat the worst hitting team in game 1 of the first round, worth every penny.
Okay. I don't think you meant it literally.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
It's poorly.
He said
it's poorly
earning
worded.
every dollar the Yankees are paying him. Every dollar. He earned it.
Have you ever tried to fucking sit through one of those readings? Poorly worded.
The fact that he's the editor-in-chief of that website when he can't even form one single grammatically correct sentence is crazy. Crazy.
Not at all. Not at all.
Crazy. But yeah,
All right, well, work's done for Gerrit Cole.
Okay.
That's it. That's he doesn't have to pitch anymore. He earned his
that's
contract.
right. Hay is in the barn. See,
He
this is why,
pitched okay against literally the worst fucking hitting team in the play. Like, I'm not impressed by that.
Everything
No,
from now on is just a bonus for Cole. He's earned his money. You know,
what I was impressed by with this series is
If they get eliminated,
Not
people are going
serious.
to be like, yeah, but remember that game 1 against the Guards where Gerrit Cole fucking shoved? Remember that?
what,
Can't
so
blame
is this
Gerrit.
the game? Is this the game that Gerrit Cole became a Yankee?
He earned his pinstripes. I don't know
For
if you
now.
saw that. Yeah,
For now.
he shut the Guards the fuck down in game 1 of the
not
division
really.
series.
He didn't. I don't know that he shut him down. Jared,
Oh, he did give
because
up a bomb. He gave up a bomb.
fucking long gone Stephen Kwan came
Yeah.
knocking. You fucking believe that shit?
Yeah, he gave a bomb to Stephen Kwan, who did.
Sprinkle me, Joe.
He's not.
Sprinkle me, baby.
He's he's.
that's so funny. Dallas was so right. A little bit of homers. That's literally all they've done. Only
That's all
offense
they've
is
done.
homers.
That's
But it's
all
just
they've
it is
done.
just a sprinkle. That's all they do, and it's just a little bit.
It's just a little bit. They've hit a home run in every game, right? Yeah, Jose
Yeah,
Ramirez.
I mean, I've never made a fucking more accurate call or a more accurate description than the Guardians sprinkled power offense. God,
Yeah, that's
damn
what they're doing.
Just get a motherfucker on one time. One time.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
the
no, but-
Jose Ramirez home run was a 2-run shot that won the ball game.
That's it. Get a
Mhm.
guy on. Timely hitting, baby. No, but this, I mean, look, for the most part, I feel like you got to walk away impressed with what you saw from both sides of the bullpen.
Mhm.
You know, just thinking, look, if you get out to an early lead and you've got a guy like Cole, you buy yourself some innings, meaning you can, some traffic here. Maybe they do scratch one across, but you can kind of hang with them, see how things go. And that's kind of what happened, right? From there, it was Gerrit Cole bearing down, starting to dial it in. Because what did he finish with? Like 8, 9 strikeouts, right?
8. Yeah, very
Uh-huh.
mediocre for given the lineup.
They don't strike out.
They don't
Sure.
fucking strike out, dude.
Yeah, but they're still not good at hitting.
But
And he's the highest paid pitcher in baseball history. I feel like you should probably do a little bit. You can't do double-digit strikeouts.
well, I mean, his team won a game in October, Jared. That's ultimately what we're
Yeah,
after
his
here.
team
That's
bailed
where
him out. His team bailed him out.
the offense did what they were supposed to do. The offense, they scored runs. Anthony
Mhm.
Rizzo, he got big. What did who else hit a fucking homer?
Josh
Bader.
Donaldson hit a home run.
Bader,
Donaldson.
JD.
Yeah, so,
Such a dick.
How do you not run through a fucking wall when you hear that voice? That guy just ferocious competitor.
Hey, he is.
He is. That's what I just said.
He just comes out. It comes out a little differently. So do we have any sort of? So this buys another day. I mean, what does that do for?
They're gonna have to play 4 games in 4 days now.
What does that do for pitching?
It means that you're gonna be fucking putting a lot of stress on your bullpen.
No, who they have lined up? No, what this mean? What 4 games in 4 days in October means now is straight up. This is where you're going to see a horse born, or this is where we're going to see a yearling start to blossom into a young stallion. If that's how that goes, for all you equine folks out there. But this is where you're going to see somebody start to shine, whether it's a great starting performance with longevity, where you're able to hand it to the 8-9 guys. That's what is going to have to happen. I think the team that gets the better starting pitching performances over the next 4 days is going to be the team that walks away the victor.
So I guess it kind of. Sorry, go on. You could say it. Say it.
I was just gonna say, I have a prediction for how the series plays out, and it's not even really a prediction of who's gonna win the series or not. It's more just of who the star is going to be. Biebs and Nestor game 2, and then game 3. The star of this series is going to be Luis Severino. He scares the fucking shit out of me. And I think Tristan McKenzie will pitch very well in game 3, but I think that Luis Severino has the best pitching performance of the series.
It's dominant shit.
It's no hit shit.
Yes. But I've look, and I'm nobody to tell the Guardians how to approach these guys. But the idea of a contact team, I feel like you have to make a decision between whether or not you're going to be aggressive early in the count against a guy, or if you're going to try to work him. And I feel like you've only got a small window to decide whether or not you feel like he is on and he's landing his shit, meaning Severino, or you can start to wait him out. You can start to feel him out. That decision's got to be made quickly, to the point of him having no hit shit. Because if he starts to roll and you look up and it's the 5th inning and you're going, well, you know what? That was too long for us to figure out whether or not we were going to start going early here against this fucking guy or not, because we got 2 hits. It's the 5th inning. He's got 6 punch outs. We need to fucking step on the pedal here.
I think Severino is definitely the X factor for the Yankees. Going to be all playoffs. It's like he's the guy that you need. They can't win it. They can't go far unless he's like pitching well. If you're just going to rely on just Nestor or just Cole, that's not as good. But if you have Severino, that's the X factor. That's the Yankees X factor.
People forget about Severino.
I'm really interested to see how the how the Nestor game plays out.
I think he's going to be very mediocre. Like, I don't think he's going to get shelled. I don't think he's going to shove. I think it's going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, like 4 2/3, 3 earned runs. Like, he kept us in it. Thank you, Nestor.
And I'm look for October, and for a bullpen that you have confidence in, albeit banged up. Sure, that's where my point about who gives you the better starting pitching performance over those next 4 days is going to matter, because the guys who have to come in and cover those other outs, Jared, should they be winning, they're going to be asked to do that same thing the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So you get what I'm putting down here is you're going to be putting pressure on those dudes. Can they answer?
this rain delay kind of fucks up the Guardians. It really fucks them over because they would have had Bieber going today, and then he gets another rest day, could go game 5. Now I guess he can't.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
His game 5 would now be a bullpen day. It would be his work day, like a workload, a heavy day, unless he goes for, But yeah. So he could come back on short day, but I don't know how ideal that is heading into the next series.
Well, I still think that I still think because the Guardians have Biebs and Tristan McKenzie ready to go out the chute, like we haven't seen them yet. I feel like just because the game 1 victory was so convincing that everyone's like, well, we can pencil the Yankees in for it. It's like, no. The Guards haven't even fired off their best rounds yet.
Yeah, and let's not get crazy here with saying that win was just so convincing. It was a fucking 4-1 ball game. The Yankees had
it wasn't they didn't get blown out. It wasn't dominant, but I think we saw, and my tweet after the game just got picked apart from asshole Yankee fans. But I'm trying to think, like, paraphrasing wise, I was like, well, if the Guardians are gonna win this series, they're gonna have to fucking score some runs. Like, oh yeah, thanks for letting us know that they're gonna have to score runs to win the game. Like, that's not what I'm saying, because they in the wild card round were able to sweep a series by scoring 3 runs in 25 innings. So, like, what I'm saying is that their pitching, they're not going to just be able to get by on their pitching. They're going to have to score some fucking runs here too. They can't just lean on the pitching staff. They're going to have to be able to score some runs. And they've hit a singular home run in every single playoff game so far, but 2 of them have been solo home runs. The other one was a 2-run shot.
Right. The homer came from a guy who hit what, fucking 3, 4 all year long?
I thought he hit 8.
6.
Did he not?
Hit 6.
No one knows. All right.
I saw it. They said because they had like the numbers of what he would have done at Yankee Stadium, and apparently Kwan is like built for Yankee Stadium. He would have he would have like doubled his home runs if he played at Yankee Stadium, but it was 6, and he would have hit like 11.
Yeah. So I mean, absolutely, but we're not saying anything that nobody familiar with the Guardians didn't already know, and nobody really familiar with that division, familiar with American League Baseball, doesn't know about the Guardians. We've been touting their ability to put the ball in play, and we've been telling you about their inability to put it over the fence. And that's, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, where the difference in postseason games comes in. It happened for the Guardians in the wild card. You said it, Jared. Couple of homers, 1 guy on base, and they win the fucking ball game. They win the series. Why? Well, they hit more homers than their opponent. A team that doesn't hit fucking homers. They're not playing their opponent, and they won.
Yeah, the Yankees are going to score runs like that. We know that. We know that about them. So, like, I don't envision seeing a 1-0, 2-1 game in this series. Like, if the Guardians are going to beat the Yankees, I didn't even say if they're going to win the series. I said if they're going to win a single game in this series, they're going to have to start scoring some fucking runs. They're not going to have to, you're not going to get 7 2/3 innings shutout out of Biebs, 1 run. You're not going to get that out of Biebs against the Yankees. It just is what it is. It's a much more difficult lineup to navigate.
Are you saying Biebs can't shove?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a much more
like
difficult.
You just said it. Feels like you feel like
it's
he's
a much more difficult
postseason.
Lineup to navigate than the fucking Tampa Bay Rays, who can't hit worth a dick. So we'll see what happens.
Just need you to not just go saying things that Biebs can't do.
Yeah, they had you in their home.
Yeah, so
Yeah, this is a fucking good call. Good call. Braves Padres? We need to go there?
Well, hold on.
You got something to sell us?
Yeah, I got something to talk about right now. I got to talk about the NFL action. It's in full swing at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We're talking touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins. New customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. Check this out. In addition to the usual bets, everyone can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. Dallas, who the Cowboys playing this week?
The motherfucking Cowboys. I believe. No, we don't have a bye. I'm not sure. Oh, Philly. I think it's Philly, actually.
Let's see. Let's see how good of a fan you are. Yeah, it is Sunday night. Yep, playing the Eagles. How do you like them Cowboys in that game?
I think it's going to be a value bet for the Cowboys. I don't know if we're getting Dak back yet, but you got to think about Jalen. Eagles 5-0. Offense is clicking. Defense looks stout. Cowboys probably coming into that game a dog, so you're probably going to have some extreme value behind the D. Because I'm always bringing value with the D if I'm being real.
Right. To make things even sweeter, you can throw down on stepped up same game parlays once per game all season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code Jared, Jared, to get $200 in free bets if your team wins when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That is promo code Jared, only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Okay. Where did you want to go from here?
I was just throwing it out there. I mean, we were in the American League. We could stay in the American League. We could bounce over to the National League.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like we should talk about them Braves.
About them Bravos.
Yeah. How about them Braves, Joey? How about them?
How about
this? Is
what was it?
What?
Wasn't it it was the Phillies bullpen that was supposed to collapse, and then the defense, I think. Yeah, it was I'm not sure which order, Joe, was it supposed to happen? Phillies defense let down, then the bullpen let down.
I think the bullpen gave up 6 runs.
Or was it the other?
They had literally they made a good play in the outfield.
Did they win that game?
They did win. They won 7-6 the first game.
Okay.
Listen, we lost game 1 last year too. I don't know if you remember that. Or maybe you smoke too much fucking weed, dude, and you don't have your fucking brain is small, dude. It's short-term memory, long-term, short-term memory loss. But we've been here before, and we came back and we responded. I'll tell you this much as a Braves fan. I think Braves fans fucking hit me up if you agreed. As the second they made that game a night game, it was over. I can't explain why, but it just was over. That was it. Like, I don't know why, but that we won't lose at night. Which can be concerning because the rest of the games are during the day. But that was my biggest takeaway from game 2. It was a night game, and it was over before it started.
I mean, is there? Do we need to really? Is there much to talk about for game 1?
Game 1, Max Fried got touched up. Velocity was down.
Alec Bohm.
What about him?
What about him?
He's having a decent postseason.
The Phillies, Castellanos had the game of his life. Castellanos had a great game. That catch in right field was like,
yeah.
No one was more surprised he caught that than him, dude. His reaction at catching that was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, and then you could tell, like, there was another play. Was it yesterday that he went to make, and it was like he's not even close, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, pump the brakes. All right, you got the one in. Like, that's
no. The Phillies were on like a crazy defensive streak they out defensed the fucking Cardinals, which was like amazing. No one saw that coming.
Yesterday's game. I mean, all around defense yesterday was unbelievable.
Yeah, but the Phillies didn't. The Phillies choked it. I mean, Rhys Hoskins,
arguably. That was a big. So, okay. So look, game 1 in the bag, Fried touched, Bohm, Castellanos, they have themselves a day. What else happened in the game? Darno, Ole, homer.
Darno. Right? Braves couldn't hit with a runner in scoring position. Loaded the bases twice against Ranger. Got nothing.
Ranger Suarez.
Yeah, that came back to bite us. Max Fried error came back to bite us.
So game 2, Kyle Wright.
Oh, amazing.
Nasty.
Amazing.
6 solid, 6 shut. How many strikes? Do you have 6 strikeouts too?
I don't know, but it was amazing.
But it was a pitcher's duel to start. A pitcher's duel. Kyle Wright, Zach Wheeler, blow for blow. Wheeler, unfortunately, just had a absolutely brutal 6th inning. That was a horrible fucking inning. Like, just terrible. Right? And it starts with what happened. He drilled Acuna.
It started with him getting 2 outs. First 2 outs got him.
Yeah, he gets the outs early, but I'm saying the whole shitstorm starts. He drills Acuna. And I know there were some folks talking about whether or not the delay, like, oh, wow, fucking Acuna took forever. But he couldn't feel his fucking hand. Like, hit him right in the fucking funny bone, right in the nerve. Your whole hand goes numb. We've talked about being drilled with 95 plus. You just don't feel shit for a while. So that happens. Then he ends up walking Dansby, right? And then that is where Ole comes up, smokes the ball at Hoskins. And Hoskins goes into a little bit of a slide, sort of side saddle, whatever, trying to make a play. And he later said, look, that's a play that I've made before. It's a play I'll make again. You know, just didn't make it tonight. Just a tough spot to not come up with that ball. It was hit hard. So shout out to Ole for fucking hitting it on the screws. So that squeaks Acuna across. But then from there, you got Austin Riley comes up and takes a grown man hack and hits a ball all of fucking 36 feet down the line. And Wheeler ends up fielding the ball. Can't make a play. Got nowhere to go with it. And that's when you're like, really? Is this really fucking happening? I've got 2 outs. I drilled this fucking guy. I walk that guy. Then a little bleeder, like not bleeder, but ball gets through the infield. Ole squared it up. And then what? And then was it Darno?
Yep, Darno.
Single?
Through the middle, yeah.
To just like fucking bump, put a stamp on it. Like all the bad shit that could have happened to you in this inning based on the runners and yep, check that box. It just happened.
Yeah, it was great to watch. It was all because of Acuna, bro. Him taking 20 minutes to feel his arm was fucking legendary. Anyone watching that, if you're a Braves fan, knew he was fine. I guarantee it. Acuna, anytime he gets fucking anything, it takes a good 5 minutes. That's just his body. You know, we all react to pain and stuff differently. Acuna needs a minute. And we got to give him those minutes.
He got fucking 4.5 of those minutes. Once he gets 4.5.
But once he gets
like this,
through that.
Acuna getting, I talked about this last time, Acuna getting drilled in the elbow only took 30 seconds less than when a guy gets kicked square in the dick in an MMA fight. You kick me square in the dick, I got 5 minutes to like catch my breath, gather myself, because gentlemen, we've all been there. We all know what that feels like. You're going to need every one of those 5 minutes. All right. Now, we've come to this understanding. None of you have been drilled by 95 miles an hour.
I got drilled at the barn burner last summer by the dude that had one arm, and he was throwing 90 something.
It was fucking 88 that he hit you with. Calm down.
Oh my God. That's basically
it all feels the same, dude.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. So Jared's 88 / we'll call it 98. So you know what that feels like.
Yeah, I barely felt it. I didn't
30 seconds less.
Yeah. Did you see how much of a bitch Acuna was acting like when you got hit with that? And then like there's video of me literally just getting drilled with it and being like through my fucking whatever.
It hit you in the Evo shield pad.
Say it to his fucking face, bro.
I mean, he had a shield on too.
Face. He got hit right here, dude. He got hit in his
forearm.
Nah.
Yeah, I hit him in his right arm.
If I got hit in the forearm, I would have been like, would have tickled.
You're so fucking delusional.
Listen, when MMA players have cups, so that's not a fair comparison. It probably hurt way more for Acuna to get hit in the arm, his throwing arm, him knowing he's got to play in the field. And what did he say after the game, dude? He had a baller-ass quote where he said, I already missed one a lot of series. I ain't missing another one. I ain't coming out of this fucking game. He's the fucking man. He's hitting phenomenal. I mean, check his numbers. He's might be the hottest hitter on the Braves right now. Check his numbers. He's starting off at the top of the lineup. Him and Olsen. 2 boys carrying the boys right now.
Matteo.
And we fucking BABIP'd him in that inning, scored 3 runs. But let me tell you this.
Yeah, talking all that shit on the Mets, BABIPing everybody to death. And look at you. You barely get a ball out of the infield.
we finally got a lucky break. Finally, after this whole year, Braves get a lucky break. But dude, first of all, Olsen was a foot away from a home run, a 2-run home run in like the third inning that was foul by an inch. Michael Harris was a foot away from a home run.
He was.
Ozuna was an inch away from. All those should have been two of them. I guess Olsen's foul, but the ball was not carrying last night. It was crazy because of the rain or whatever. But I mean, I was screaming out of my seat for Ozuna and for Harris. I don't know how those balls didn't leave. Our runs came on like little dinky hits, whatever. We shut them down. But the Braves, the past 10 days, took out Scherzer, took out DeGrom, took out Wheeler. It doesn't matter who they face. They hit every single pitcher. I've never seen anything like this, except last postseason. It was similar.
Well,
who's going to strike him out? What other team can say that where it's like you have your best guy and the Braves, it's just like as a Braves fan, you look at them like having Wheeler, it doesn't really change much. Like it wasn't like we're going into the game too. Oh, they're pitching Wheeler. Oh, fuck. Like we've hit everybody's ace. They hit everybody.
Nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah. Hear that? Austin Nola, you're fucked.
Nola made a great throw last night.
Yeah, that's tough.
Said Nola made a great throw last night. Or not, Nola. Catcher. Not Austin.
Yeah,
did I say Aaron or Austin, dude? I'm sure.
It was Mookie.
Yeah, it was Mookie.
Yeah. He was safe, though. He was safe.
Debatable. Call in the field stands, Jared.
Call in the field stands, but he was safe. And that's fine. That's fine to have a disagreement. That's what podcasting is all about is you have an opinion, I have an opinion, and Mookie Betts was safe.
And yours is wrong. Yep.
Nah, I don't think so.
So who do we have for game 3? Back in Philly.
We don't know who's pitching for the Braves yet. I'm assuming it's going to be Charlie Morton. I'm like 90% sure it's going to be Charlie Morton versus Nola.
Yeah, Nola's gone. Nola TBD.
Charlie Morton is a little bit of a question mark. He's a big dick in the playoffs. He's having some troubles recently. He just got railed by the Phillies like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. The thing about the Braves, though, is what I think an underrated factor with them is their bullpen is deep as crap.
Yeah, you saw who was out there blowing chundos last night, blowing cheese. Minter.
Iglesias hasn't given up a run in months. Jesse Chavez comes back, doesn't give up a hit ever.
Oh, Jesse Chavez, I love that.
Kenley Jensen, he's like the biggest question mark just because it's Kenley Jensen, but no one wants to face Kenley Jensen. The guy throws like I don't know what animal you would compare his throwing motion to, but it's not human-like.
It's a walrus. It's very walrus.
He throws like a walrus.
Yeah, dude.
Him, Cole McHugh. Let me say this about Cole McHugh.
Don't even fucking bring up Cole McHugh on this podcast. Shut up.
I don't know what it is about Cole McHugh.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
I don't know if his numbers back this up completely, but for something about Cole McHugh when he comes in the game, I just know it's like I know he's not giving up a run. He's just steady. Like
I'm sorry. I hope he gives up all the runs.
I'm sorry, dude. It don't what happened.
What a loser.
I wouldn't say that. He's actually a world champion.
No, he's not.
He is a world champion, dude.
No, he's not.
And he's a reliable reliever, and he's been doing it a long time.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell that story.
Yeah, move on. Move on.
What do you mean, me move on, Mr. Fucking? Like you get in one beef with Dustin Garneau and then bring him on the fucking live stream to undress him and then kick him off. I can't talk about fucking Cole McHugh being a pussy.
I actually congratulated Dustin Garneau on a happy retirement.
Did you? If there's video of this happening, I think it must exist somewhere. Dallas got into a beef with Dustin Garneau, invited the poor bastard on our live stream, just absolutely undressed him, didn't let him get a single word in. It was like, all right, have a nice night, and then kicked him off the stream. This dude's a fucking in the big leagues at the time. He's just like, hey, welcome to the show, you fucking asshole. Just goes on this tirade. He's like, all right, kick him out. That was it. No opportunity for a rebuttal, nothing.
What the fuck did he do?
What did he do? I forget. He did
wasn't
something.
Anything. No, it wasn't anything he did.
I really don't remember. This was what, 2020?
Yes, his significant other. His significant other said something.
This is the same thing with McHugh.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean it's almost like.
But I handled it very differently than Gerrit. Very, very differently than Gerrit.
How? I handled it the right way originally.
No. I did some back channeling and made sure that individuals were connected with, and made sure that folks knew, like, this is not a path that you would want to travel down. All right. So because we are both players and I have the respect I have for you just as a player, and I know what you got to do, and I know what folks that support you think they have to do, I just want to let you know that this is not what you want to do. Okay? So if you want to do
it. I gave Colin McHugh a chance. I extended the olive branch and he declined. So fuck Colin McHugh
maybe
forever.
Colin McHugh is just like doesn't give a fuck. He's just on another level. Like you're not even on his radar. He's on the Briefs,
I'm definitely on
world
his radar.
champion. Like
I'm definitely on his radar.
You're not on his radar.
Oh, if your wife was tweeting about me, I'm pretty sure that I'm on your radar.
Well, that's between fucking
the day. If my wife, the day that I announce I'm signing with one of the most famous organizations in professional sports, is tweeting about some dude.
Okay,
that dude's on my radar. Like, what's this all about?
No, listen. She's like, oh, you hear this guy Gerrit Carrabis is like an asshole. Like, look what he said. He's like,
yeah.
What? Oh, I don't know. Just ignore him.
She was mad. She was mad that I wasn't that nice to Gerrit Cole. I've been nothing but nice to Gerrit Cole and fair.
Well, that's true. I agree with
Jake,
that.
have I been fair to Gerrit Cole during his tenure with the Yankees?
Yeah, you've been great to Gerrit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to. I'm not going to hold you to that. That's true, obviously, but like, I'm just saying, when you got a guy like Colin
McHugh has a reason to not like you.
Why? I didn't do anything to him.
Dude,
I didn't do anything to him, and I didn't do anything to his stupid wife either. I didn't do anything to her. She tweeted about me, and all I did was say to him, like, hey, I'm not going to respond to her because I don't want her to get harassed. I didn't say anything to that idiot.
He's not an idiot, and he doesn't.
No.
His
wife is an idiot. I didn't say anything.
She's not an idiot. She's not an idiot either, dude. She's great. Listen, he's not a Twitter guy. He's not a Red Sox guy. We know that. He probably doesn't even know Gerrit. He's like, Gerrit? Yeah, Gerrit, the guy from the DraftKings commercials.
He wouldn't know about me because he opted out of the fucking season to go live in his fucking bubble for 2020. He didn't want to play baseball that year. Dumbass.
I didn't want to play baseball that year either.
Braves
David
going to
Price
Philly,
opted out. Yeah, Braves are going. I'm going to Philly.
Are you going to be there for Game 3?
I'll see you there, Phillies. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm going. I'm leaving right after the pod.
Where are your seats at?
Fucking upper decks.
You're a man of the people. Have you? Because I know that like this podcast was basically a face reveal for you. No one knew what you looked like. Did people even know that your name was Joey?
Well, no.
No one knew your name or your face before you started doing this podcast.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, this was my face reveal.
So have you ever have you been approached and asked to take a picture yet this year?
Only at the All-Star game. All-Star game a few times, or hanging out with you boys, and then one solo when you guys weren't at the All-Star game. I got a picture with this guy. That was pretty dope. I was like famous as fuck.
Famous as fuck.
It's like Joey.
That's right.
So I get a lot of people don't know who I am, but then they'll find out like my channel and they're like, oh fuck, you're that guy. I've watched your videos before. So it's not being recognized, it's like being recognized in retrospect.
Yeah. Posthumously. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing at the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park, I'm gonna have a lot of people coming up to me trying to fight me and shit. I'll probably
millions.
Yeah, I'll probably have to fight some people, but
Probably
Have
gonna
you
to wreck
considered
some shit.
hiring security?
It's
I'll
the
have
city of brotherly
security.
love.
I'll have security.
What could go wrong?
I just did go to the Braves Phillies game. I was expecting it to be a lot more hostile than it was. There wasn't as much scumbaggery as they make
It's
it seem.
good to hear. It's good to hear that folks are appreciating the environment they're in, and they don't want to throw a fucking pair of double A's to get kicked out of it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Phillies were a team that we opened up the phone lines for this year, right?
Yes, they were.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why their manager, Rob Thompson, will be the manager of the year.
He's got a case. I mean, there are definitely teams
You've
that
got
do
your
well.
team in the fucking DS right now after they were like, buddy, we're done. Like, this ship has sunk. Joe Girardi has got to go. We've got to figure out a voice to just kind of stabilize this thing till the end of the year till we can figure some shit out. Well, what did Rob Thompson come in and do? Stabilize? Check. Culture change? Check. Shift in the standings? Check. Postseason bound? Check. And you know what's coming next is another check for Rob Thompson, because he better be the guy leading the ship into the next year, and he better be the guy
He
winning
is.
that
Didn't
fucking
they
MOY.
announce? Didn't they
Yes.
announce that they gave him a 1-year deal?
Yes.
2 years.
2-year deal.
2-year deals.
So there are plenty of teams that win, do well, make it to the postseason, and automatically people want to be like, oh, that's because they have a great manager. Like, winning team equals great manager. But that's not always the case. Some teams win in spite of their manager, or the manager is just kind of a figurehead and he really doesn't have anything to do with it. But you've heard several players on the Phillies come out and say that their manager is a fucking guy, and they're all pumped that he's coming back next year. Like, they're like, yes, like everything changed when he came in, and like there is a direct correlation between his presence and their success. So I think Dallas has a point.
Great point. And
Could be a good point.
don't forget,
Manager of the year, actually.
they fired Girardi, and then Harper was gone like within right at the same time, and then that's when they started winning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
very weird to think about.
Shout out to the Phillies. It is funny as a Braves fan where we spent so much time just like fighting Mets people and like going after the Mets and disparaging the Mets all year. And then it turns out we should have probably just been doing that to the Phillies. Because you
wasted all your good hate on the Mets.
Yeah, now it turns out the Phillies are the biggest threat.
Well, we'll see what happens in Game 3. We'll see how that pans out. But I think for Phillies fans, kind of like, kind of like Padres fans, you're heading back home 1-1. You'll love that.
I was wondering, it's like, would you rather be the Phillies or the Padres? And is it something to do with how you won or when you won? Like, I just feel like the Padres winning the second game, they're feeling a lot better than the Phillies are. When they had that 1-0 lead, they kind of had an opportunity to kind of put it away. Not really, but really make a statement, and they couldn't in game 2.
Joey, let me tell you this. 10-game road trip. You lose the first 9 games. That sucks. You win that last one. Music will be played on the flight home. We will be smiling. We will be laughing. It's just a different vibe to win that one, right? That last one. Because then it's almost like, look, those 9 days before sucked ass. This one, decent day, pretty good day. Let's enjoy this, because it's a big deal to win a baseball game in the major leagues. It's a big fucking deal, especially come October. So when you win in October, and you win in October against a team that you very well could have ended up 0-2 against, and now you're packing bags and heading back home, and you've got momentum on your side with the victory in tow, fuck yeah. That's where you want to be. That's exactly where you want to be.
So you think the Phillies are, I don't know, like, what's the vibe for the Phillies right
Well,
now?
yeah, for the Phillies, the vibe is, man, it was great to be able to sneak one out and steal one. Unfortunately, that happened in game 1. Game 2 feels like there was a little left to be desired, and we didn't do the things that we needed to do to give ourselves a chance to win. So we're not necessarily coming back home with this, hey, no big deal type of energy. It's a, look, we knew we had a good chance in front of us that we didn't capitalize on. Let's not fuck this up at home. Those are two very different feelings, right? Excited to be home, momentum on your side, and then thinking we can't fuck this up at home. Those are two very different mindsets.
That game one for the Phillies was huge. Like, that was stealing a game, like where you have Ranger Suarez going against the Braves' best pitcher.
Right.
And to get that win with Wheeler and Nola coming back to back, like, that's ideal. Like, that's.
So now you almost break it down into a 2-game series, and you're thinking right now we have to split the Wheeler Nola starts. We have to split those starts. There's no way we can drop both of those games. We got away with one with Ranger.
Yeah, I mean, if the Phillies don't win tomorrow, it's looking really like going to be a cold fall in Philadelphia, which is my prediction.
Oh,
like I said, I called it. I called the Braves winning 3 in a row. I still hold that.
Well, we'll see.
Sentiment.
I guess this was before the Padres took one last night, but I did see. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Fuck! I hate when I have to sneeze.
Look at the light. Look at the light. Look at the light. Look at the light.
Bless you.
I sneezed. But I saw some people saying that the Mets would have put up a better fight against the Dodgers. Fair or unfair?
Unfair. That's unfair. Listen,
who's to say the Dodgers would not have done to their pitching what everybody else did?
Yeah. What do you think? Scherzer and DeGrom going against the Dodgers lineup?
Yeah, no, that's it. You give us a little bit of a deeper lineup. Give us a little bit of a longer lineup. That's where we want to be. You know, fuck these lineups that might have a guy or two that we can work around. Yeah, fuck that. Give us a fucking 12. Give us a 12-man lineup to face.
Give us a relentless 1 through 9.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Mets. I feel bad for their fans. I know Joe loves this, but
The Mets are reeling right now.
Got a bad taste. I got a bad taste in my mouth about it. I at least wanted to. I don't care if they win the World Series or not. I wanted to see a run with DeGrom and Scherzer. Like, I feel like as a baseball fan, I was robbed of. Like, think about that. Like, I don't even know what the comparison would be. But having Max Scherzer and Jacob DeGrom on the same pitching staff, it lasted for half a year, and it lasted for 3 playoff games. Like that's. Like, I think 20 years from now, we'll look back and be like, dude, Jacob DeGrom and Max Scherzer were on the same fucking pitching staff. How many rings did they win?
Right. And they didn't win them. And well, that's when
they won a playoff game.
Well, it was actually only for a month. They only won 1 playoff game. So,
yeah.
And it wasn't.
And it really didn't have anything to do with them.
No. Yeah.
Well, DeGrom was pitching that game.
Yeah.
But like you said, even when they were healthy together at the end, unfortunately, they are the 2 biggest suspects. We have to blame them for ruining the Mets season because they had put all the eggs in their basket.
Well, you know what? It's the fucking Mets. The Mets are not in the postseason. Why are we talking about the Mets?
Just saying.
That's a great good point.
That's a great point. You know what else is something great? Blue Moon.
Oh, fucking moon me, Jake.
Yeah. Baseball and beer go hand in hand, and Blue Moon is the perfect playoffs companion with its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, iconic orange slice ritual, and authentic ballpark roots. In fact, Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery, in Denver, Colorado. From a playoff berth to a world championship, a Blue Moon guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience every single time. Joe, do you know if they sell Blue Moon in Philly?
I already got one like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, damn, dude.
I had a Blue Moon.
I can't wait to see you tweet out a picture of you sucking down a Blue Moon watching some Braves playoff baseball.
Shoot the moon.
I had a picture of me with the Blue Moon in Citizens Bank, but I don't think.
Well, I'm saying do it again, dude.
I'll do it again.
Do it again. Do it again.
You don't have to worry about me.
Yeah, I know I don't. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander. Blue Moon Belgian White is one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Why strike out with the same old beer when you get something that's one of a kind? Best served with a signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Break out of your same old beer slump. Blue Moon Belgian White is one of a kind every time. Get Blue Moon Belgian White delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado Ale. Did you happen to see the pregame ceremony at Yankee Stadium before Game 1?
Missed it, man.
No. For what?
Like, Yankee fans were like, dude, this is fucking lit, dude. This, bro, do you see this? They're like, all they did was shut the lights off. That's all they did. They shut the lights off.
They turned the lights off at the stadium.
They did a like a pregame video montage, and then they brought out Nick Swisher to wave a Yankee flag that like it got caught on the pole, and it was like he couldn't even wave the flag right. And they were like, bro, are you seeing this, bro? This is fucking crazy. It was the most lame, just unimpressive.
Is there a video of this somewhere?
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
I hate
it. Was
Swisher.
So lame, dude. What is the deal with Nick Swisher? Like,
I don't hate Nick Swisher. I'm quoting.
I don't hate him, but there was just hold on. Let me play you this. I saw this.
Dallas hates him, dude. That's who it is. Dallas hates him.
I don't hate him.
Were you guys teammates?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so you hated him. All right. Oh, listen to this interview.
A full
Listen to this.
playoff crowd in Yankee Stadium for the first time in 3 years. You've played in front of them before.
Oh, yeah.
What's everybody in for here?
Oh, man, I tell you, I guess I'm going to steal a line out of Aaron Judge's book and say it's a little bit of heaven out here, right? I mean, this is where you want to be. Like, there's no doubt playoff baseball in the Bronx is unlike anywhere else in the world. And for myself to be able to be privy enough to play here, be able to win a World Series here on this field.
I think he meant privileged
so I know
enough.
what that crowd feels like. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now, man. It's going to be absolutely electric tonight.
I know you spent a minute in Cleveland, okay?
Sure.
But if you're the Cleveland Guardians and you're on the field and this crowd gets going and Aaron Judge steps into the batter's box to lead off, what do you feel out there?
Nerves, right? Like, hopefully this place is rocking so much, man, that they get the lights flashing the whole nine, they do it up right. But listen, man, at the end of the day, this is where you want to be. The Cleveland Guardians have had such a tremendous season this year. No one expected them to be in the playoffs. For them to be in here, this is it. They just keep going with exactly what you're doing. For us over here on this side, this is what we played 162 games for.
Why is he played for both teams? Why does he keep saying us for the Yankees?
Record.
He
Judge almost wins the Triple Crown, breaks the home run record. I mean, just so many great things going on over here in the Bronx. Now all we need to do is just continue to keep the wins coming and keep getting ourselves in the World Series.
Why does he keep does he have like a job with the Yankees or something? Why does he he played for both teams?
Yeah, he works for the Yankees.
Does he?
He works for like Brian Cashman. He's like his assistant.
I don't think that's true.
Look it up. Or the owner, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think that's true at all.
Look it up, dude. He works for the Yankees.
It's true.
No. It just says he's an analyst for Fox.
You can be baffled. That's true.
Where do you see this?
It's just we've heard it through the years, man.
Jerry, I talked to him.
What does he do for the Yankees?
He's essentially like a rover.
What does that mean?
He fucking takes the flag out onto the field.
You stop off different spots throughout the organization. You're checking in on guys when they're having meetings about guys. Maybe it's player personnel movement, up and down, promotions, blah blah blah. You might have a voice in those conversations. Yeah, to what extent? I don't know. I mean, obviously they got him out there waving a flag. So
I mean, yeah, it was a tough look. It was a tough look. He was battling that flag out there.
I want to see the video of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it for you. I think our boy Joe's had a video from the stadium, Yankee Stadium, dude. You don't want to come to the stadium, bro.
Did we already? No, we didn't. That M's Astros game.
No, we didn't touch on
that. Didn't I bring this up? Didn't I bring up the lone lefty in the bullpen? I brought it up.
I mean,
don't say shit about Robbie Ray. All right, I'm not in the mood for
bro.
that.
Robbie Ray gave up 32 home runs this year. Only 4 of them to lefties. However, Yordan Álvarez hit 321 with a 998 OPS against left-handed pitching this year.
Thank you.
Yeah, like he crushes left-handed pitching. Robbie Ray gives up bombs, and Scott Service was like, "Give me Robbie Ray. Get him in there against Yordan Álvarez." Why?
Here's what I hear. Like, all right,
no,
against Robbie Ray coming into that at bat, Álvarez was already 1 for 3 against Robbie Ray. Couple RBIs. He had walked him twice.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no swing and miss going on. Like left on left, not a punch out, nothing playing in the favor of Robbie Ray. Quite literally nothing playing into the favor of Robbie Ray, because Robbie Ray is a starting pitcher who is now being asked to warm up as a reliever.
Thank you. Thank you. Like, Dallas, can you talk about that? Because you've done both, and your preparation to start a game, like, it's not, it's, I think when people that didn't play baseball past high school are like, yeah, dude, what's the fucking difference? You warm up, you come into the game. Your preparation to start and come out of the bullpen, especially with ducks on the pond. Like, this is like, he didn't even get like a clean frame. It's like, hey, Robbie Ray, who's been a starter and he just won the Cy Young Award last year, come into a game with inherited runners as a reliever in the 9th inning, left on left. Like, talk about the difference between the preparation for those two things and how it could fuck with a pitcher.
Well, let's just start here. Robbie Ray has appeared 29 times facing a hitter. 29 plate appearances he's had as a reliever. 4 games. 4 games he's pitched as a reliever in his big league career. All right? Over 1,200 innings. 6 of them have come as a reliever. So you can tell me he's familiar with it. Listen, there is a complete shift in your mentality as a reliever and as a starting pitcher. A starting pitcher, you're working your way through an entire lineup worth of scouting reports and the bench guys. You are thinking about ways that you're going to get a guy out not only the first time, but probably the 3rd time as well. And how you go about your business in between has a lot to do with how you might think about pacing yourself. Whether or not, if you're a 4-pitch guy, am I going to deploy 2, 3 pitches the first couple times through? If it's the 4th pitch that gets deployed later, when, which pitch based on what I'm feeling? Those are all things that you think about, that you have the ability to think about, the opportunity that you're afforded to think about, but you don't have that as a reliever. Because that phone rings, you've got an idea of where you're at in the lineup. You've got an idea of when your number could be called, but it's really just being on high alert once that first pitch is thrown in the postseason. And if you haven't done those things for a period of time, like Robbie Ray has not been asked to enter a ball game that he's not starting in a long time, in a very long time. And now you're asking Robbie Ray to flip a switch and go from the starter mentality to, we need you here, we need you right now. So however you go about preparing yourself, essentially shit can that and expedite that process, speed it up, give me a condensed Cliff Notes version of that, and get ready to go out into the fire, men on, and get a job done. That is everything that Robbie Ray hasn't dealt with in years. So it's a tough adjustment to have to make, especially in a postseason game with a team that hasn't been here in 20 plus years. You got a lot of energy, a lot of vibes that are coursing through your veins that you're trying to settle, you're trying to compartmentalize so you can focus and get a job done. But if you have never figured out how to prepare yourself in the bullpen as you're going through the lineup, looking at the landing spots, looking at your target hitters. So I'm sure the conversation, look, big lefty comes up, you're going to be the guy, all right? And all in a matter of, 7 minutes, You've got to get ready, figure out where you're at mentally, figure out where you're at physically, figure out what your game plan is, and then go out there and attack. And you're asking a guy who's afforded 4 days in between outings, 4 days to put all of that together. You're asking him to do that in 2 minutes.
Yep.
That's the difference. And that's why I said what I said earlier about guys showing up in October, coming out of the bullpen. This is where stars are born. This is where reputations start to get built.
So without further ado, the home run of the week brought to you by Win Reality, the VR baseball training application available on the MetaQuest 2. It's not a game. It is a revolutionary tool to improve your skills. Head to winreality.com/dead to sign up today. And you guessed it. The home run of the week is Yordan Álvarez off of Robbie Ray.
Tuesday. Álvarez launches deep right field, and this one is gone, and the Astros walk them off in game 1.
Stunning.
Álvarez, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I was stunned.
Well, here's the other thing. All right, you got Matt Boyd hanging out down there in the bullpen, the lone left-hander for the Mariners, and Yordan Álvarez is 2 for 3 against Matt Boyd, and the out was a hard hit out, so 95 plus off the bat. Like that's Álvarez just squaring motherfuckers up again. So maybe you go to Robbie Ray because you think the velocity gives you the margin for error that you like in that spot against Álvarez more so than what you're going to get with Boyd, who you might think has got to be on, has got to be dialed in. That slider's got to be just far enough away. Well, that's where you have to consider everything I just talked about. You've got one lefty down there who's geared up for this moment, who's been doing things like this all season long. And then you've got a starter who's never done this.
And he's not really pitching that great either. On top of that, Robbie Ray, no offense. I can't believe I'm saying that.
But yeah, just it was and look, Seawald. I mean, Yordan Álvarez is legitimately a reverse splits guy. What's he hitting against righties? 300?
He hits better against righties than lefties.
Oh, does I thought,
but barely. He's crushed he crushes everyone, everything.
Yeah, I thought he was like hitting like 318 against righties and 320 something against lefties.
His slugging is like 40 points higher against righties. His OPS is like 10 points higher against righties. It's pretty. So
even. those numbers right there, and the swing and miss rate maybe against right-handers as opposed to left-handers. Those numbers dictate removing Seawald and saying, no, you're not going to see him. You're going to see one of the two lefties we have.
Well, maybe they just completely lost trust in Seawald. I mean, he was rough against the BJs. He's given up a couple runs.
This is a fucking kid show.
I mean, the BJs, Blue Jays.
Mm. All right.
The Seamen beat the BJs.
Oh, okay.
If you don't remember, and then they played the Astros and choked away. I mean, I guess they choked it, but it's like
they didn't choke it.
Yeah, it was just one home run. That was like the biggest swing in win probability in the history of the playoffs. Went from a 91% win probability for the Seamen to 0% in one pitch.
That's crazy. Also, that catch by Kyle Tucker in the 8th, he robbed Julio Rodriguez of extra bases there, who was on cycle watch in that game. Not enough was talked about that catch after the fact and how that would have played a major role in preventing that Astros comeback if he doesn't make that play. Kyle Tucker, I feel like, is one of, I don't want to say he's the most unsung hero, but he's definitely one of the most underrated players in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Underappreciated because he does so many things. Like,
he doesn't do anything great, but he does a lot of things well.
Well, that's it. And he is a stabilizer. Like, it feels like if there's anybody behind him having a bad day or a bad week, he's there. Anybody ahead of him having a bad day or a bad week, he's there. So he's either the guy hitting the homer in the tight spot, making the great play defensively, working a walk to give somebody else a shot. Like, he just, like you said, he does all of the things that you want him to do. He does them well. He's not necessarily outstanding in one specific area more so than the other, which is not a fault. He does everything really fucking good.
Unfortunately, he doesn't wear batting gloves, so he gets thrown into the gritty category. So
yeah,
people don't look at him as like a star player. That's his biggest thing. But that's what he probably wants. He likes to go under the radar.
Yeah, he's fine.
And he's
with
on
that.
the Astros with like 20 other fucking stars. It's a scary. What I want to know, it's like, yes, that one home run went from 91% win probability to 0, which is the most ever. But like, what is the probability of the Seattle winning that series because of that one home run? It's probably insane because they're already coming in underdogs, and to come in like they did.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like,
it just gives them a
fucking
game,
hot.
right? If they win that game, it gives them a game, obviously, and it takes away from the dominance you thought you were going to see from the Astros. But the Astros securing that W, I think, does a lot for those odds.
It's just such a fucking backbreaker. I mean, to go into Houston, you know you're going to be starting that series on the road with the Astros having the number 1 seed. You go in there and play convincingly well. Like that, you got to Justin Verlander. Like, we haven't even mentioned the name Justin Verlander yet. The Mariners kicked in the teeth of Justin Verlander, who's probably going to win the Cy Young Award this year. Again. You get to him at home, and then you have a situation where it's just the Astros don't die. You have Bregman hitting homers. You've got they have, when we talk about long lineups, we talk about the Dodgers, but the Houston Astros have one of the deepest lineups, not just out of any playoff team, just any fucking team in the league. Like, the Houston Astros lineup is fucked. And that's why you can never just get too comfy with 4-0. And then what was it? 6? Did they get to like 6-7-2?
What'd you say? 6-7.
I think it was like 6-2.
Yeah, 4-0, 6-2. Yeah, it seemed like this one was in the bag, especially because one of the major highlights that we talked about with the Seattle Mariners was that if they're going to make a run here, it's going to be on the backs of their bullpen. Like, they have a really good bullpen. But so far this postseason, it hasn't looked like that. If you're one of these baseball fans, because baseball is a regional sport and you only pay attention to your team, and this is really your first opportunity to sit down and watch Seattle Mariners baseball, you're probably sitting there being like, this bullpen fucking sucks. No. This is a really good bullpen. They've been a great bullpen all year, and that's why they're in the postseason. That's one of the reasons why they're in the postseason, is because of their bullpen. And they've let them down so far. And that's really disappointing, because I truly thought that was going to be one of the reasons why we would see the Mariners be able to at least take it to a game 5 against the Astros. Like, give them a fight.
And Bregman hit that off Munoz, who's throwing 103, bro. That was like an underrated. It gets overshadowed because of that Yordan home run, but that Bregman home run was obviously crucial. They don't win without that against the fucking Fire throwing. It just sucks for the Mariners, man. That I want to cry for them.
They needed that one. They needed this one bad, man. They needed this one. And I'm going to tell you right now, this doesn't give me any kind of warm and fuzzy feelings here with the Robbie Ray entering the game. Because if you remember, who was it that locked down the wild card game? Right? Wasn't it fucking Kirby?
Gilbert?
Was it Gilbert or Kirby?
I thought it was Gilbert.
They came into the wild card game to finish it off?
Yeah.
So you've already seen Scott Servais now in 2 what he believes to be high leverage spots go to a starting pitcher.
Yeah. I mean, Gilbert was fucking great too. Like, for
sure.
that was his first postseason start. He didn't get in the wild card series. I think that was his first postseason start, and he was pretty fucking good. When would that game have been?
The last game against the BJs?
It was Kirby. You're right.
Yeah, it was Kirby. I thought it was Kirby. Yeah, so I mean that's what I mean is I said that on the podcast after that happened. I said, look, you're watching a Scott Service as much as the bullpen is what it has been for the Mariners. Big spot like that, he went to a starter, and in another big spot, he went to a starter. And like you said, Joe, could be a feel of being let down by the bullpen. Maybe he's trying to give a guy a break. Maybe he's trying to not expose a guy early. I get it. But like for me, if you're Matt Boyd and you look at this lineup, you know who your guys are. Like, you know who the guys in this lineup are that you need to be ready to bear down and go get. And their names are Yordan Álvarez and Kyle Tucker.
I mean, it's also interesting. It's not like the Mariners bullpen was like totally spent. They just had 2 off days. They had a lot of guys throw, but they had guys in the bullpen other than Robbie Ray.
Well, the numbers-wise, Joey, there's only one other arm down there for you to match up, and that was Matt Boyd.
Yeah.
If you're pulling Paul Sewald out of the game at that moment, you're telling us that there's nobody else down there that you feel like can get this out from the right side, and you've only got one left-hander in Boyd down there, and he wasn't your option, so you sided with margin for error and velocity is what you sided with.
He said, bring me the lefty.
There's no other way to boil that down. Is Boyd's 92 was not as sexy to you as Robbie Ray's 97.
It sucks when bringing the lefty doesn't work, man. Does that hurt you?
I think it used to a little more than it does now, because the idea is I got to face 3 of you regardless. And the reason I'm facing this one is because he's left-handed and I'm left-handed. But should I not get him out, I know I'm going to have at least 2 other opportunities to get 2 outs. And if I can do that, then maybe those 2 outs can get you to overlook the lackluster effort I put up against the first batter, which was left-handed. In years past, if I shit the bed against a lefty, that was the only lefty I was brought in to face. Yeah. I just fucked it up, walked him, drilled him, or now he's on base, and now I'm out of the game, having thrown 5 pitches, feeling completely worthless.
Well, no, hey, if you're a Mariners fan,
it ain't over.
Jared's coming to town.
Yeah.
Jared and Jake.
Yep.
And
it's not over.
That can do a lot for a team.
Yeah. I'm gonna be coming home. I know I'm gonna be coming home with like a lot of Mariners merch for sure.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be coming home covered in semen.
Yeah.
You might just move there, right? I mean,
they might just
say, hey, they might give you a contract once they see you out there.
I mean, listen, I'm open to talk. I'm an independent contractor. Yep. An independent contractor. So there's a chance that I never come home. That semen drip, nothing like it. Once you get it on you, it's hard to just get it off.
Just kind of sticks to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be out there just giving it hell. I'm excited.
I wish I was there to blast you with some semen drip.
Yeah. I mean, how far is it from you, Seattle?
From LA, it's like I'd say like a 2.5, Johnny.
Flight?
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
No.
Dude, get that.
I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see Jared and Jake in the conga line doing the fucking.
You need to go to the fucking party deck straight up. That's just where you need to be. Party deck. You go to Edgar's, grab yourself a beverage for the walk over to the party deck, where there will be several more beverages waiting.
Ooh.
But that place fucking pops. That's where you want to be. Party deck and center.
You know what this series reminds me of? It reminds me of, and don't take any offense to this Mariners fans. It reminds me of when the Braves 2018, when they were like surprised everyone, won the division, played the big bagged scary Dodgers, and the Dodgers kind of fucked us and they beat us 2 games in LA, and it was like series is over. We came home to Atlanta, already down 2-0. Everyone's series is over, but Atlanta was popping. First playoff game in Truist Park. It was lit. Ronald Acuna hit a fucking grand slam. Awesome vibes, absolutely scenes. Still lost the series. We lost the series, but we won the game, and it was scenes, and people don't forget. And that's what it's going to be like in Seattle.
Was it like a movie, bro?
It was a fucking movie.
Damn,
I watched it on my computer from my house, but
wow.
If you were there,
Which is why it was like a movie, because it was kind of like Netflix on a computer from my house.
Damn. It's nuts. But anyways, in summary, in conclusion, Mariners fans, series ain't over. You prove that you can hang with it. Hopefully, what I'm hoping happens here is that the Mariners just take that one on the jaw, and they're just like, that woke us up because we're a good team.
That's right.
Like
Get your shit together, Ims.
Hey, you got the pitching matchup to win. You got Luis, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I have no problem rooting. I am actively rooting for the Mariners. In this division matchup here. Yes, fuck them Astros. I want to see the Mariners win. I believe the Astros are good enough to win the whole goddamn thing.
I believe they cheated. I think the Astros cheated.
Wow,
wow, dude.
Did that
Joe,
home run?
you are. I don't know if you want to go public with that take, Joe.
They throwing allegations out there.
I literally just did.
I don't know. If
I literally just did.
I don't know if baseball is ready for a cheating scandal. All right.
Yeah.
You need to.
Also, I think what's going to piss me off the most is if Luis Castillo shoves in game 2 and they win
and they
like
lose.
4-0. No, if they win, then it's like they should be up 2-0.
Yeah. Well, what was going to piss me off is Luis Castillo goes out there and fucking shoves and goes like 6-7 shut, 1 Ernie or so, and they lose that game too. That's like that would hurt me because it feels like, damn, could have been 1-1, should have been 2-0, but looking at it like you didn't even capitalize on the fucking first one. Now fucking this one we couldn't fucking win either. We were supposed to fucking win the first one.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't want to get too frustrated before things actually happen.
I'm already getting a little pissed off right now.
Yeah.
They haven't even played the fucking
For real. If you're Mariners,
Right.
because like coming out of the gates high like that, Mariners fans and their heads went to some places like they were.
Oh,
thinking,
for sure.
"Oof."
Yeah.
I feel like Mariners fans handled that loss, at least from what I saw on Twitter. They handled that loss a lot better than Cardinals fans handled the 6-run ninth against Philly.
I feel like the Ims fans are right now in the fog of war. They're just like, it's like Saving Private Ryan. That fucking like just fucking looking around. They're like, you're picking up limbs. Like, I don't fucking what is happening?
Everything's just in a fog.
Where's
you see
Seawald?
people's
Where's Seawald?
It's terrible.
Somebody find Paul.
Yeah. They're dealing with the effects of a concussion grenade right now. They don't know what's going on. They just hear ringing. They see people's mouths moving. They can't hear a word that they're saying. Everything's slow motion.
I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Can you hear him? I can't hear him.
It's just a mumble with an intense ringing sound.
It'll get better though. It'll get better. Fuck it. It's just one game. We're all right.
It's just one game.
That's it. Just one game.
We'll come back to this.
What else we got? That's our series coverage. Anything else happen in the world?
Well, yeah, I think that there was something that happened, speaking of Verlanders. But before we get there, I want to talk to you guys about our friends over at Game Time. October baseball is here. The crowds are buzzing, and thanks to Game Time, it's easier than ever to be there in person. Joey will be in Philly for Braves Phils Game 3. Me and Jake will be in Seattle for Mariners Astros. Thanks to Game Time for hooking it up. Game Time is the fastest growing ticketing app that guarantees the lowest prices on tickets to all your favorite sports, concerts, and shows. You can view your seat from the app. You go in the app and you're like, oh, I hope I'm not behind a pole. Well, guess what? Now you can see that from inside the Game Time app. and checkout
perfect.
takes less than 30 seconds. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and redeem $20 off your first purchase with the promo code ROCKET. That is promo code ROCKET for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app for last-minute tickets. The lowest prices guaranteed. Shout out to Game Time. Very excited for this weekend. Usually I hate cross-country flights, but I know that on the other side of that rainbow, it's Seattle Mariners baseball. My first time ever being at T-Mobile Park. My first time ever in Seattle, Washington. I
have never seen you so happy to get covered in semen drip.
I mean, it's one of those things that you don't know that you're ready for it until it happens.
It's happening. Oh, it's happening.
Oh, it is happening. And I'm excited for it. There was, speaking of exchanges of not necessarily bodily fluids, but speaking of exchanges, there was an exchange between everyone's favorite Japanese baseball correspondent, Ben Verlander, and Jeff Passan. And I don't even really know how this started. What's funny, Dallas? What are you laughing at, dude? Dude, he has the number one podcast in Japan.
just the way you,
what?
The way you introduced him. Just the way you introduced him.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I listen. We like that.
Yeah.
He he just really likes Shohei Ohtani and Jeff Passan.
I hate Shohei Ohtani, and that's the problem here.
That is something that people dug up after. Didn't he say like Shohei, like the hit tool is just not going to work out and he needs to be a pitcher? What was the article he wrote?
I got the article right here, man.
What is it, dude?
Let me
shine some light on this, please.
Ooh.
This is the headline. This is when Passan was on Yahoo. Okay, when he was 2018. The verdict is in on Shohei Ohtani's bat, and it's not good.
Oh,
that's a tough take for Passan to have.
Well, and is there any thought to like him just pummeling Ben to maybe keep this under wraps?
Well, so here's where Ben,
that's an odd approach.
Here's where Ben went wrong, because I think it was a playful exchange between the two, and then Passan says. Ben goes for Jeff's height, which is, again, that's easy. Like, he's a little guy.
Did we say the tweets yet? Let's read the tweets off.
Yeah, you should read the tweets. Yeah,
read the tweets. I don't have them. Do you have them?
Low-hanging fruit.
Oh, they're deleted. I can find them.
Yeah, there's definitely screenshots somewhere. Oh,
I
look
can
at
find
that
them real quick.
What? God damn it. I just caught a bug in my hand, and I thought he was dead, and I opened up my hand, and he just flew out.
That's good. That's good karma. You don't want to kill bugs before you go.
I don't want to kill
Seattle.
bugs, but like... That just means I have bad grip strength right now. That doesn't mean that my motor skills. I have quick hand-eye coordination.
Okay, so I got the tweets.
All right, let's hear.
Passan tweeted out something about when Verlander gave up those first few runs. He tweeted out he gave up a few runs, just a regular tweet about how he gave up runs, and then replied to his own tweet about Justin Verlander, saying. Quote, Justin Verlander, just because I'm doing my best at Ben Verlander impersonation, in which case, Shohei Ohtani. Basically making fun of Ben for being a dick rider when it comes to Shohei Ohtani.
Which, I mean, in the end, like, he can't be upset about that. Like he is a Shohei dick rider. He is.
Yeah, you gotta be a little self-aware there.
Here's the thing. Yeah, like the thing about Ben is I think what happened with Ben was that he just started tweeting about Shohei and saw that got traction during a time where he was new in the space. And then he's just like, oh, people are really engaging with these Shohei tweets. And then he just went a little too hard. Like he should have, like he was on like a 3 He should have
went to
turned it up to
Japan.
like a 7, and he turned it up to like a 5,000, and like the machine broke. So like, I get that like you want to establish yourself in the space. Like you should want to do that 1,000%. But he just went like, it comes across as inauthentic when you dick ride that hard. Like everyone sees what you're doing when you do that. They're like, oh, you got some attention when you became the Shohei guy, and now you're just going all like, we get it. Like we get that he's amazing. So I think Jeff playfully makes a jab at the fact that it's like, all right, we get that you like Shohei. It's like, okay. And then Ben comes back with the height thing. And I've said this before about Passan. You always have to take the L in those exchanges, because if you slap Jeff Passan, he will haymaker you in the fucking throat. Like that's just how he plays every time. Like I would tweet the most harmless shit at Jeff Passan, and he'll always come back with some like I can't recover tweet. It's crazy every single time. So I don't fuck with Jeff Passan. I love Jeff Passan.
Can't fuck with Jeff Passan.
I consider him a friend. We talk regularly. I would invite him to my wedding, and he would be there, I think. But I don't come at Jeff Passan because I know that he plays a dirty game that I'm not willing to play. And
you can't
Ben,
win with Passan.
You can't win with Passan. So they Jeff plays into like you're a Shohei dick rider. And then Ben comes back with like a height thing, which like, again, like, we know that Jeff is a small little man. We know that. We know he's a little guy.
Can I read the tweet? Because
please. Ben
says to that, he says, grab a step stool and say it to my face, Jeffy boy. And it's a screenshot
which
of
is
his
fair.
height.
Fine. That's fine. I mean, and by the way, the screenshot says that Passan's 5'9". No chance. If he's 5'9", I'm 6'5". There's no fucking chance. He's not. I love Jeff. I love you. You're not 5'9". He's not.
Why do you think he's so good at roasting people? That's how you get good at that shit.
Because he's always doing
whenever
when Jeff does TV, he's always sitting down behind a desk. You can't really tell. Jeff, I would say he's got to be. Actually, I'm not even gonna. It's not fair to speculate because I don't like when people speculate about my height.
I'm texting him right now.
I mean, I'll call him right now, but I don't think that. I think like because we're DraftKings, I think he can't come on, or he has like the deal with
he
FanDuel.
answer because he knows exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, what's up, buddy?
So like it's an easy shot to take at Jeff. And then Ben, where he goes wrong is like you can't get too serious. Once you start like revealing like private stuff, like Jeff like reached out to Ben about getting to Justin for an interview. Like he works for ESPN. Like I'm sure he like it was just one avenue that he could have taken, but I'm sure he could have maybe. It's not like I don't think that Jeff, the only way that Jeff Passan could get an interview with Justin Verlander is through Ben Verlander. Like I just don't believe that.
No, but now what it is, and this is where
it's like it's when you're at like a sleepover and you have like the pillow fight and you whack someone and they whack you back and it's like, ha, 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 and you do it again and someone hits you a little too hard and then you just fucking give them a concussion. Like that's what happened. It's like it started like as a playful pillow fight. Someone hit someone a little bit too hard. Someone's feelings got hurt. And then next thing you know, you're just fucking smacking someone in the head with a pillow full of bricks. And that's what Jeff did with the "Aren't you always on your knees for Shohei" tweet. Which
you're.
Let me read it for the people.
Please
Jeff
do.
Passan responded by saying, "When you're talking about Shohei, you're usually on your knees, though, right?" Basically saying it doesn't matter that I'm 5'9". You suck dick. Specifically Shohei's penis.
Yes,
which
specifically.
That's what he's basically saying, and that's why Jeff had to delete it and then apologize.
And that's where my problem comes in.
Well, I mean, this is obviously an ESPN thing. Come on.
Yeah,
That's not.
100%.
That's not. This is
100%.
not
That's
Jeff.
not Jeff
seeing the
deleting that.
replies,
No,
being like,
no.
"Oh man, people are offended by
No.
this. Oh, let me say sorry. I'm so
Look,
sorry. I didn't realize that everyone's so sad about this. So I'm sorry. Sorry
Yeah,
to
how
Ben.
about
Sorry to
this is-
everyone that was sad."
This is how the ESPN thing rolls. When I got hired there, on my Twitter page, the background of my Twitter page, if you're familiar with the Peanuts gang, Charlie Brown, it was a picture of Lucy, who was not wearing any clothes,
Oh,
Hey.
and Charlie Brown, who's
this is
not
anime
wearing any
porn.
clothes.
Is that what you're saying?
No, there's no body parts. There's no anatomy showing.
Okay.
But it's Charlie Brown with no clothes on, standing on the shoulders of Lucy, and the caption behind it said, "All right, I've taken my clothes off and gotten on top of you. When's it supposed to start to feel good?"
The fuck? Why was that?
That's your
cover
Twitter
photo?
background.
Used to be. It used to be.
You've changed, or you
I-
bent the knee to the man.
As soon as they like, they were like, "Look, before we make this official, here's some things, blah, 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 blah." Also, social media. Your background on your Twitter page has to come down. And I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, it's Charlie Brown talking about fucking bottoming out Lucy. Like, I get it. So yeah, no problem. But my thing is, why don't we ever, like, why not that clamoring when you tell somebody else to kiss your ass? You know what I mean? Like, is it specifically the act that we're talking about? Like, it's
sucking a penis.
yes, of filleting an individual.
Yeah,
I would
Is
say
that-
probably.
Is that
I
the
think-
problem?
I
I
think.
would guess.
Yeah, I would assume it's because of
Because I heard people going like, "Oh, homophobic," and blah. It's like, whoa, time out. There's nothing's like, as far as I know, as far as I understand, anybody can suck anything, right?
right.
Like, I've never processed it that way.
I also think it's sucking a dick's not necessarily gay.
No, that's exactly what I just
100%.
said.
100%. I'm
Like-
glad you said that, Jared. And I'm,
Like, you can
I'm
tell-
disappointed. I'm disappointed Jeff didn't tweet that
Right.
and say that to ESPN.
But like, when a girl tells a guy to kiss her ass, like, is there the uproar?
Well, I mean, you can,
Like, she's not getting in trouble or getting canceled for, like, I don't know, verbal sexual assault. Is that a thing? I don't even know what, you know. But
I don't know.
You know
It
what
was
I
a
mean?
I think
harmless
if you want to look at
tweet.
logically, it's like, okay, well, what's wrong with sucking dick? Like, what's wrong with that? What are you homophobic? Kissing ass, you can kiss anyone's ass. It really doesn't have to do with sexuality in terms of who you prefer. Not to say that
But
Jeff went too far.
that's where, I'm just saying, I saw people like starting to come at him for that. Like, and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, are we serious? Is this like, and the answer is yes. This is where we're at as a society.
Those are all people that like they're looking for something to get upset about that day. Like
Yes.
you know what he means by it. He's not being homophobic. He's saying that Ben is way over the top with his praise for Shohei. Like, it comes across as inauthentic and phony with like everything can't be amazing. Like, there are some bad things. Like, we can say like this sucks or that, like, we don't love this. You can't just love everything. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So Jeff was like, you are dick riding Shohei. We see that. And then people were like, that's homophobic. No, it's not. Like,
I don't know.
He's
if
not
anyone
talking
even
about
said
that. He's not talking about that.
There were people that's what I'm saying, Joey, is there were people that said that. And all I'm saying is, how did we get there? Like, how do we make that leap and try to connect that? Like, you're going after, I don't know, man. I just like, and like Jared's saying, for it all to be as initially as harmless as it was.
Yeah.
I don't know,
There-
but I guess harmless, but I also saw it as like, ooh, I feel like Jeff
I was
was like
surprised
really
he
like
said it. I was surprised he said it, not because like I thought that it was wrong, but because I knew that
The
ESPN
coats
was going to
are
be
coming.
like, yep.
Yeah,
like that,
but dude,
that don't play.
Passan. I don't know. Passan's not telling people to suck his dick all the time, but he's roasting people every couple months, and
Yeah.
I've never seen him apologize or delete any
He
tweet.
didn't tell anybody to suck his dick this time. He just inferred that there's somebody who is.
He's had to apologize before about something like that was also harmless. I forget what it was. Like I just know that he had to offer some sort of like retraction and be like, oh, I tweeted something that was insensitive and like I'll learn from this. And like obviously it was, you know, ESPN being like, take this tweet down where you told someone like suck a dick.
He definitely could have went a completely different angle that would have really drove the knife in. But what's odd about that is that would have been a more quote unquote buttoned up and professional approach.
Yeah.
And that would probably have done more damage than Jeff just being asked to delete this. Because if you've got one guy talking about, oh, you're going after me or coming to me for my brother's interview, blah, blah. You got to believe there's a couple different angles you could take when talking about some of the access that
Jeff isn't going to go that low. Like
Right.
Jeff is not going to be, Jeff doesn't need to say what everyone else already knows. He doesn't have to go that route. But I don't know. I just thought that it was stupid that ESPN had to like step in and be like, enough of this. Apologize for saying that he sucks Shohei's dick.
Yeah, quit picking on him. Leave him alone.
Yeah. I don't know. It was fucking stupid. Anyways.
Tell you what, though, if Jeff Passan comes after me, he better be ready, bro.
Oh, shit. You calling him out right now?
I'm preparing for the day, dog.
Are you calling him out?
I can't take all that
down.
Dude, because if he roasts you, you're fucked, first of all. Unless you're coming up, you got to come up with some heat, because this is what I saw. Someone tweeted this. I don't remember who, but it was so smart, where it's like, Passan roasts you, and he's got a good roast, and like he does dismantle people all the time. Respect. But also, what he has is everyone has his notifications on. So when Passan tweets, it goes out to everybody because they're looking for like the trades or whatever. So it's like he's ratioing anybody, no matter what.
Yeah.
The guy's got a lot of power in the Twitter space.
Power of the pin, baby.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That is a good point. Everyone's got his notifications on. So when he flames somebody, you know.
Everybody's catching it in real time.
Those tweets spawn with 2,000 likes.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you know, if you're Ben, you're obviously enjoying it. Like his followers are skyrocketing from the Shohei stuff and getting flamed by Jeff Passan.
I don't think he's enjoying it, man. I mean,
he's Mr. Positivity. Like, I don't think that he's I don't think that internally he's like, man, I really wish I didn't choose this career path.
You don't think he thinks about? I mean, no.
Go look at his rather tweets. Be like working a desk job right now?
No, but I'd rather him not just get a reply to every tweet being like, yeah, you suck Shohei's dick, like you're a bitch. Like the guy ggets a lot of hate.
I mean, like, so do I. Hate. I don't care. I mean, like I get like on every single tweet I get fucking. Yeah, well,
you ask for it. Like
no,
but it's like part of it. It's like, no, I don't. Yeah, you do. Like you kind of like you tweet like controversial shit. Like your opinions.
Joey, he's sucking you in right now. You need to stop it, Joey. You're not going to give up.
But Ben Verlander tweets
what do I tweet that's controversial?
Joey,
what's controversial that I tweet, Joe?
Don't do it, Joe.
Give me one tweet.
Controversial to others.
Give me one tweet, pussy.
I like and retweet all of them, man. Because
but what's my most controversial tweet that you've ever seen?
Didn't you tweet that like the election was rigged, like or something like 2 weeks ago?
No, I didn't vote. I don't vote. I don't care.
The election's rigged. Gerrit Carrabis said that.
I wish I could vote for the Hall of Fame, but that's about it. That's the only vote
other than you saying the election's rigged and COVID's not real, like, but like those two things can get backlash.
Just small things.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm saying it's like Ben Verlander tweets like, Shohei 2 for 2, woohoo! And then it's like everyone's like, fuck you, bitch! Like you fucking suck. Like, that's not fun for anybody.
Well, I think at this point he would probably, maybe he won't. I don't know if he has that internal conversation with himself. Like maybe I overdid it a little bit this year.
This year, wait, you could have. Well, I hope that conversation was had on the fucking 16-hour piece over to Japan.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. It's a good like Japan is a big market. If you control that market, you've definitely got power, and it's definitely something that could be lucrative for him. So
I get
it's a business play.
He doesn't know Japanese.
There's no way that he cares that much and he feels that strongly and he's that passionate about some of the things that he says. But if it's a business decision, same thing as like guys taking steroids in baseball. That's a business decision. Him going all in on the Shohei thing, that's a business decision. So if it's working, which it is, all power to him.
Yep. Oh, now that we're talking about Shohei,
oh God! All right, we gotta go. There is a
great moment to end the season with. Angels in-house. This is the day before Shohei's going to pitch, and I had told Ippei. Oh, and by the way, I'll just let you folks know. I had talked to Ippei about coming on the podcast.
Oh,
Ippei enjoys the podcast.
Does he really?
Ippei enjoys it. And Ippei
we enjoy Ippei.
Also said he told me he said, hey, I personally was all in. All in. He said,
on what?
I think, and he said, I think you understand. There's just some things I can't do. And I said, Ippei, totally understand, brother. Totally understand. And I do understand. And for the folks who might not truly get it, you got to remember a translator for somebody, especially like Shohei Ohtani or a guy like Matsui, they're not just, and it's kind of fucked up to think about, but they're not just their own human. They are, by virtue, an extension of this other individual that they're representing, right? Everything that this individual is saying is coming through the translator or through Ippei. And so whether he likes it or not, or you like, he is an extension of Shohei. So he can't just go and run amok and do all the kind of crazy stuff he might want to do and then show up the next day and have to deliver this stoic message from Shohei all the while. Like you're scanning Twitter, looking at him fucking popping bottles and doing body shots on the, like, it's just, you got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but all of that to say, Ippei's a fucking real one. Ippei's solid. And I brought them t-shirts. And if you remember a few years ago, Shohei couldn't make a start in Oakland because he took the wrong BART train. And they were heading in the wrong direction.
Got it.
So Oaklandish, shout out to Oaklandish, who is a culture clothing company in Oakland. They have a shirt that has all of the BART routes highlighted in different colors, and it has the stops along the way. And so I got Ippei a shirt and I got Shohei a shirt, and I brought it to them and delivered it to him. And I showed it to Ippei and explained to him what it was. And he started laughing, and he was laughing and like he was explaining to Shohei what it was too. And I just told Shohei, I said, hey, you've had a good year, but I don't ever want you thinking that we're just rolling over. This shirt right here is to make sure you find your way to the ballpark each and every time the green and gold are coming for you.
Damn.
And we just had a nice little laugh and exchange.
So you intimidated him a little bit. You got in his head.
Was that. Just talk a little shit. Just talk a little shit to Shohei.
Yep, they'll be on the pod soon. Don't you worry.
It was a good time.
Ippei, does Ippei have merch?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Somebody's selling Ippei's merch.
I guarantee you he does somewhere.
If he doesn't,
it's a big miss.
Oh my God.
I feel like, and I don't want to take credit for this. I'm about to indirectly, but I don't want to take credit for this. Anytime this year that I've tweeted out, like if there's been like a baseball moment where something's happened, I've been like, oh man, I would wear the fuck out of an insert thing that happened t-shirt. Within 24 hours, someone's tweeting at me, hey, here's a shirt. We'll send you one. Here you go. So
Jared, you gotta, well, I mean, like, I made some pretty good money slinging t-shirts, Jared. Some pretty good money. There's some good money in the t-shirt game.
Yeah. You still never fucking sent me a Pound Town hoodie.
Oh,
I would wear that.
Yeah, I got the hoodies. I got the Get Off My Mound shirts. I got the Pound Town shirts.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like the color scheme. I like the green and gold.
The green and gold tie-dye.
Like, I can't wear like the A's logo, but I would definitely wear the A's color scheme. Yeah, sure. Yeah, green and gold plays. Yeah.
I've found one Ipe shirt. It's pretty funny.
It's just
him. It's just a picture of Ipe standing next to rocks.
The Rock?
Like a model. He's just standing in the light, dude. Like he's like in the Grand Canyon or something, looking real majestic.
Damn. Yeah, Ipe's a guy, man. He's a cultural icon. Actually, you know who? A girl that I was watching baseball with platonically put me onto Ipe like a few years ago. I didn't know what his name was, and then she was like, "No, that's Ipe," and she's like telling me his whole life story. I was like, "How the fuck do you know so much about Ipe?" And she's just like loves Shohei. It was like a big Shohei gal,
dude. If you're a Shohei fan, you know Ipe, he's right next to him 24/7.
Yeah,
Ipe gets, trust me, Ipe's catching residuals, bud. Believe that.
Yeah.
Believe that
for him.
Yeah, that's funny. I hope she's doing well wherever that girl is. The girl that introduced me to Ipe.
Is she probably just right off screen or no?
No, she's not here.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
She left for the day.
No, she's not. She hasn't been here in a long time.
All right. Last week. All right.
Had not been here.
Was that it?
One final announcement. I figured out, I still got to tinker with it, but I figured out how to add custom sounds to the soundboard.
Oh, only took you 160 plus fucking days.
Well, I don't know. I didn't, I'm still tinkering because like it shows up on my screen, but like
so you
it doesn't
figured shit out.
No, not yet. I got to figure out. Cause like it comes with 8 buttons, 4 rows of 2, and you can click over to like the second bank, and then that's where you can add the custom sounds. So like I've added the custom sounds on my laptop, but they haven't, like, I don't know how to get them. Yeah, I don't know how to get them on the pad to like work on the pad because I added a gunshot. And Joey said something earlier in the show where he was like taking shots at someone. So I was about to go, but it didn't work. So I've got to figure out how to get it from here to there.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
You got to get the John Sterling. What did I do wrong?
Yeah. What did I do wrong?
Oh.
Yeah. So that is something that I'm working on right now. Figure out how to connect the two, and then next thing you know, we'll have a lot of drops that I can use. So we'll see.
Until then,
hang with them.
Is that all we got?
Jake's takes.
I'm just fired up to go to a playoff baseball game. I think Seattle's going to be loud as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, chocolate covered crickets. They're good luck. If you eat the chocolate covered crickets, you're essentially guaranteed, you're locking in a win for America's team. So I'm not going to tell you that it's on you. I don't want to put that kind of responsibility on your shoulders, on your palate. But should you not consume the chocolate covered crickets available to you at T-Mobile Park, you very well could be doing America's team a massive injustice. And I would hate to see your reception and your time at one of the most beautiful ballparks in baseball go awry because you couldn't stomach a couple of little fucking crickets. So just, I'm putting that on your radar. Get those in you. Do America's team a favor. Rally behind them.
Sounds gross, but now I feel like I have to.
I mean, again, it's up to you. I don't want to put their postseason success and the entire vibe of your trip. I don't want to put all that on you, but they'll be available. So you make your move.
You'll feel worse if you don't.
Yeah, probably. Probably nothing a couple moons can't fucking wash down. Stop by Edgar's place. Enjoy the party deck. We'll see you in the PNW. We out.